13,000 kilometres. How is the patrol going? How's it going for you? Well, it's actually going all right, you know. Just depends, you know, what you expect. Required you to maintain the battery. All right, we're just having a bit of a chit chat here. Trying to tidy up a bit so I can show you the floor. So in case you missed it, we've got the full bore 4B draw floor in there, which was, I think, the best value for money. I'm really happy with it. It's awesome the way it works. Had a fridge slide in here, just a few screws holding it down. That's why you can see the marks in the carpet where that goes. Battery's still sitting there. Regulator's still sitting there. K-on gear is obviously still in there. The Dobinson's rear springs that people told me, oh no, you can't do that. They're still in there and working well. So basically what they've done is, they're quoted, I think, they're not in a standard listing. Just check the playlists on this vehicle, Y62 Patrol, on our YouTube channel or channels, and you'll be able to see me in the reflection. But sort of, if you didn't have any weight, it would raise the vehicle a little bit. But because what you tend to do when you get a full drive, if you're going to use it, with a roller Titan tray with a Ridgeman up there, adds a bit of weight. There's a solar panel, a big domestic solar panel that weighs probably bloody 20 kilos. Now you add your tow bar on. I don't know if they allowed for that when they designed the car. You save weight from the seats, that comes out, but then the floor goes in, the battery goes in, regulator, and your usual crap cargo barriers and storage and molly panels and storage. And it just adds back a bit of extra weight. And these vehicles, they tend to sort of just sit, I reckon, sort of level from factory. You know, they just sit really level. And I don't like it. I like to have the vehicle higher at the rear so that when I load up the back for a trip, when I actually put the passengers in the back seat, because at the moment, right, it's got nothing. It doesn't even look high, does it? I mean, it's not high. It's bloody perfect. I think every vehicle that comes out of Nissan manufacturing in Japan should probably have these springs in it. So the front, you know, there's no bull bar, so that's kind of like sitting at a good normal height. But the rear, it's probably 20 or 30 mil higher, I guess. So what it allows me to do is have some load in the back of the vehicle and not end up sitting on the bump stops and like squatted out and chewing out the inside edges of the rear tyres, because all the experts have got different ideas about why only some of these vehicles have tyre problems. And I can tell you it's quite simple. It's independent suspension. You've got to understand the operation of it and what it does as it goes up and down, you know, in, out, up, down, you know what I mean? Or you don't know what I mean? Well, have a look at the playlist, like I said, because it shows as we put up in the hoist, that back wheel, they drop in significantly, right? So that's going to cause some issues. And same thing if you've got the standard springs and you load it up, it's going to come out the other way. And then every time you take off at the lights because you're happy because you've got a V8, it bogs down at the back, you know, bop, right? So that what that does, it squats it down, and the inside of the back tyres are going to wear because you've got it squatted down, so that's where the pressure is, and you've got the V8 grunt. So it's slightly slipping even though you don't know it, and it's churning your rubber. So it's not really a problem. It doesn't happen for me. You can see 13,000 Ks. I'm not even going to go over there and show you. There's nothing to look at. They're just like new tyres at 13,000 Ks. And those springs have been in there for about 10,000 Ks. Highway driving, you know. Anyway, how's it going? Well, it's going good. It's certainly not a replacement of a Prado, but mate, have a look at the thing. Doesn't it look awesome? I mean, you can set any vehicle up to make it look good. I reckon it's bloody looks all right, actually. I'll be 100% honest. I don't love or hate Patrols or Nissans and whatever, and people have got this hate thing going on, you know. Thing is, it's made in Japan. It's quality. When it first came out, I thought it was absolutely disgusting. I couldn't stand the look of it, particularly, you know, the shape around the back and even the front and the whole thing, but particularly the front and back. And over time, like these other cars, it's probably grown on me. Plus, they've changed it a little bit, changed the design and the lights and all that sort of thing. And it's certainly bearable. And for if you want a new car for towing a caravan, long-term, full-time around Australia, retired or lots of trips and that's all, mate, absolutely it's going to be a good vehicle for it. And it's perfectly simple to set up so that you don't have any problems with the tyres. I wouldn't modify and put a whole suspension kit in it, but that's me, because I like to keep things reliable, simple, and I don't want any drama. So, yeah, Dobinsons, what were they? I can't remember the part of them. You have to check the other videos. I've forgotten already. I've never used them before. I'll probably never use them again. Yeah, easy DIY install. You got to be careful. There's a video on that. Could be videos on our other YouTube channel, 4Before Adventures, right? And yeah, let's just have a bit of a look. For those people that missed it, maybe you want the light on. Not that it's going to make much difference, but no, it didn't. Oh, the light's on, but it's not yeah, it's too far away. So anyway, there you go. That works better. You get that. You know, it's bloody big and comfortable. There's plenty of room in the back, but I don't know. I don't sit in the back, so I wouldn't know. But where's the problem, you know? No problems with the car, you know. You just disconnect the shunt, you know, so your battery gets charged. Or you can not do that. It's up to you. No issues, really. It's just what it is. I've got the dodgy old armrest there because I haven't found the right one yet. So I replaced one in the Prado. I had this old spare one, so I chucked it in the wash and you know what. So I'll strap it on for now. But anyway, what's all this yakking about? Well, you might have seen a video where, oh, there I am in the reflection. I better hide. You might have seen we did an oil change. Well, it wasn't long ago. But I just did bada bing, bada boom, 9,000 Ks. Now, I'll explain it again. I mean, so it's due for an oil change again in my books because I'm just going to do it anyway, even though I know it's the equivalent of about 3,000 or 4,000 Ks for most people because school pickups and people just don't really do that many trips. So the average speed's about 30 Ks, which means if it's good for 10,000 Ks, well, if I'm doing average 90 Ks an hour plus, it lasts 3 times longer. It means it's good for 30,000 Ks. If at 30 Ks an hour, it's good for 10,000 Ks. You follow me? I've mentioned it a few times in other videos, so I'm not going to go on about it too much, but we did the oil and filter last time, and we'll just do the oil filter. Look, we did it about 3,000 Ks, and now it's at about 13,000. I'm just talking round numbers. And maybe I'll do 5,000 K oil changes, like if it's 6 months, if it hasn't been on a trip sort of thing. If it's only done a few thousand Ks, I'll recommend that every 5,000 or 6 months. Whichever comes first. But then if you're doing a big trip like what we just did and did 9,000 Ks in 3 weeks or whatever it was, I don't know. You got to get there and back, you know what I mean? So you got to go where it's warmer. So it was like 3,000 Ks in the first 3 days and same at the end on the way back. So there's your 6 and about 3,000, I suppose, touring around for a couple of weeks or so in the middle there. So that's what it's made up of, but highway Ks. Now, we did an oil and filter change on this, but I've forgotten how to do it. But luckily, because they're all about the same, we'll remember again. So I'm going to get on with it. So far, so good. Just giving you a bit of chit-chat feedback. Well, I have noticed one thing that I'm not excited about is the windscreen's certainly flatter than like the Prado. So it's not flat like the 250, which I very dislike for many reasons, but I cop a few rocks in the windscreen from time to time, as you do when you're traveling. But what I noticed is the same hits put some pretty, yeah, it just makes a lot more damage when the windscreen's flatter, where if more standing up flat, if you know what I mean, as opposed to laid down flat. So there's a good one there, isn't it? Well, it's all right still. It's not cracked, so that's a bonus, but it's got some chunks out of it. So it's good glass, got a bloody good hit. There's a few others as well, a few bugs and a few other bits of damage, but I've had the same hits, a lot more of them in Prados, 150s, 120s, because they're a bit more laid down. The rocks tend to hit and go over it easier, where you start flattening out a windscreen and bish, especially with a radar cruise, it's going to get expensive. So it's something that I kind of don't like about it, and I'm really going to love taking my 120s and 150s on trips when this one's gone. Hang on, no, I didn't say, I'm not selling it yet, but, you know, we've got to maybe get a caravan or something, do some towing, do some proper fuel economy, you know, the proper way, the way we do. And I haven't been complaining about the fuel economy, I'm just saying what it is. How's that? Is that better with that light on? It's a bit of a dark corner of the workshop over here. We'll call it the dark corner, but yeah, you know, it's just the fuel economy is just what it is. I did expect better because I thought it might have been a more efficient V8 than that. And at cruising altitude, I know how to get some pretty good economy out of cars, out of engines. And this one, not really one of them, to be honest. It is a big, heavy beast. It's going to be well and truly, we weighed it in. I'll put the information in a post or a video somewhere, but it's with the family and a bit of gear, and they're not camping gear. Just put in your clothes and your bags and your basic essentials, your fridge and your car and your roof rack. Is well and truly over 3 tonne. I think it was going to be getting closer to 3.5, but I think I weighed it in at 3 something. and everybody wasn't in the car. I can't remember the details. I'll have to do it again. Anyway, just a bit of a casual, quiet chit-chat. Can anyone remind me where the oil filter was? I know it'll be underneath somewhere, but I'm just having a bit of a look around. Leaks, deterioration. It's a bit of a service thing, you know what I mean? I'll spend more time on it than this. But just having a bit of a look around, a bit of chit-chat. Looks pretty good. Showing you guys around as well, in case you missed the other videos. Like I said, we've got a lot of playlists there. If you want to know about this vehicle, then you look at the playlist. Yeah, no, that's not the oil filter. It's definitely underneath. Just having a look at the dust and the dirt and how dirty it got in 13,000 Ks. Hasn't had a wash down. I might have had to given it a quick blow off with a pressure washer, dust off kind of thing, but not an actual degreaser. Get down there and wash it. As I've said in other videos, I'll be very careful putting water pressure down near those coils around, you know, right there, thing in the middle of the picture. It's the coil on top of the spark plug that's plugged in. Anyway, just having a bit of a waffle here. You know how the oil change goes. We'll get the next one done and get some nice, beautiful, clean, full synthetic oil into it again. Help it last forever. Because whether it's me or the person that buys it, mate, this is a forever car. You won't be able to get these soon. And that's why I got one. I had a bit of FOMO. Not sure if I wanted it or not. I'm still not sure, but I do like it. But I like my Prados better. I'll say on that one, bada bing, bada boom. I'm out of here before I get too many rocks thrown at me. See ya.